Welcome everyone. I see you streaming quickly into our Zoom webinar chat room. If you can, go ahead and in the chat, please state your name and the program that you're representing today. Just one quick note about that though. It's set to come to all panelists. You can change the "to" in that box to say all panelists and attendees. That will allow everyone to see what you're typing. Hey Linda. Hey Stephanie. Welcome Kara. All right, so we'll get started in about 2 minutes, everyone. All right, great. If you are just joining us, please go ahead and add your name and program into the chat box. Just be sure to change all panelists to all panelists and attendees so that everyone can see what you're typing. All right, so it is just at 1 o'clock. So thank you everyone for joining us. This is day 2 of the Virtual Training Institute, and we are so excited that we've been able to bring these professional development opportunities to you. So thank you for being here. And what I'd like to do first is launch a poll so that we can see who is in our audience today. So the question asks, what is your role within your program? Feel free to check more than one box if that better defines what you do for your program, and we will see who's in the room with us.
Maybe.
Oh, check the box with the poll. Caroline, there's a poll up. You should be able to see it in front of your screen. It asks what your role is with your program. Okay, if you don't see a poll, it's maybe because you have your pop-ups blocked. Well, feel free to write into the chat box your role if you don't see the poll. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to share the results now. We can see that about half of us are ESL instructors and then pretty divided out between the rest of the roles. So wonderful. All right, so we have 2 of our colleagues from the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. We have Ahu and we have Alexandria, who have both are recently off of their ESL content standard training last Monday. They did an exceptional job for us and we appreciate their hard work. So I'm going to turn it over to them now and they are going to talk to us about goal setting.
My name is Alexandra Villamizar. I'm the Assistant Director of Curriculum and Training here at the Literacy Council, and I am thankful that you are attending today this session.
Hello everyone, I am Ahu Moser. I am also from the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. I am the program administrator for our grant-funded program, and at the same time, I am the Director of Academic Programming here at the SCMC. So today In today's presentation, we have prepared a very short video for you guys. It is about goal setting. It's about students reaching their goals. Although it might seem a little bit of a short video, but we put a lot of work into it. Before we share our video with you, Alexandra and I would like to tell you guys why we decided to have this video.
So basically, we plan on recording this video because, as we know, all of our students are attending our classes because they have goals, different goals that they need to reach. So our job as teachers and administrators, it is to help them to reach those goals. But having a goal can be, or identifying that goal can be a little bit tricky just for the student and also for the teacher, or like in that process to help the student. Because those goals can be very broad, very big, so then we need to really think about how we can divide those big goals into smaller pieces to be able to measure them and to see when students are able to reach those goals. And yes, like we can see here one of the comments, it says like most of the students express they want to improve their speaking. And it is one, so students have a very diverse goals. So through this video, that's what we wanted to do. It is to show teachers how we can help our students to define them.
Yeah, so we would like our students to have very realistic goals, and we do know that our students have lots and lots of goals that they would like to achieve. In our video also, we are showing about the goal setting process here at the SCMC, which we believe is very useful for our students and our instructors. But along the way, while we are showing the video, please do not hesitate to put your comments in the chat box. We have actually some documents that we prepared. Alexandra worked on an assessment about goal setting. All these materials are going to be available after the video presentation, and we hope that you find this video useful. We also have shared this video with our instructors, and we really got good feedback. So I think we can share the video.
Yes, please.
Yes, let's share the video with you all.
Hello, my name is Alexandra Villamizar. I am the Assistant Director of Curriculum Development and Training at LCMC.
Hello, I am Ahu Moser. I'm the Director of Academic Programming at LCMC.
Today, Ahu and I will be talking about goal setting. And the reason why we decided to talk about this topic, it is because those students are motivated to learn when what is being taught to them, it relates directly to their life and actually is going to make an impact in their life. So selecting a goal or identifying a goal, it is crucial for our students, and as teachers, we need to help them in that process. Helping our students identify their goals can be very challenging, considering for most of our students, the goal is to learn English, which is a very broad goal. So our job is to help them to identify more specific goals that by the end of the session, we are going to be able to we can track through the session, and at the end of the session, students and us can see progress.
As Alexandra has stated, goal setting plays an important role in classroom instruction. SCMC's ESL classroom program is fully funded by Department of Labor and Licensing grants throughout the year. So this kind of brings the question in mind, are test scores enough to show the performance levels to our funder? So increasing test scores is never enough, although we appreciate our students' hard work in increasing the test scores, but we as teachers need to understand the importance of helping our students to reach their personal goals, academic goals, and financial goals.
I hope what you just mentioned made me realize how important it is for us as teachers to help our students to identify those goals. And as I mentioned before, it can be very challenging. So could you please explain to me, how can I help my student?
Definitely. SCMC has identified 3 pathways for students. these are very important pathways that we believe that we could help our students to achieve their goals. I think we should go to Workbench and to work on those goals so everybody can see how everything works. Let me answer Alexandra's question about goal setting. So at SCMC, we have 3 main pathways. Number 1 is educational. Number 2 is economic. And number 3 is everyday living. So we ask these questions to our students during the registration and also on the first day of the class to get to know what their main pathways are. Let me focus on economic and let me try to give you an example. So if we focus on the economic pathway now, right? I have a student, and when he comes to my class on the first day of the class, I ask him, what are your goals? And my student tells me he wants to get a job. So the student tells me, I want to get a job. When we look at this goal, it is a long-term goal, right? So this is not something that a student can easily achieve in one session. So SCMC sessions are always 60 hours long. So this is a very big goal. It is a very main goal. So how can we help our students to make this goal more achievable? Now we have squish goals. I'm sure most of you have heard about a squish goal. A squish goal, basically, it is a mini goal. We have one big goal for my student. He says he wants to get a job. It is a long-term goal. But what are the sub-goals that the student can have in order to reach that goal? So we are talking about the squish goals in here. They are the mini goals. When we talk about the squish goals for the economic, my student said, I want to get a job. We can easily come up with a lot of squish goals for this main goal. What are these squish goals? Maybe apply for a job. Interview skills, write a resume. I can easily write tens and tens of goals, squish goals for my student in order to study on during this session. But as a teacher, in that duration of the class for 60 hours, what is the most important goal, the squish goal for my student to achieve? So we have to help our students to understand the most logical one or the most necessary one to reach the big goal. So these are the squish goals and this is the big goal. So in our next segment, Alexandra and I are going to talk about goal setting, and we will try to give you guys 5 tips to implement goal setting in the class.
Now that we have learned about our tracks, let's talk about 5 different best practices to use in the classroom to help our students to reach their goals. Number 1, build goal setting into initial classroom lessons.
You have these forms from your students about the goals. Please do not disregard these forms. These forms play an important tool for you to plan your lessons. These forms will help you identify your students' goals and help them to reach their goals. Number 2, help your students to be organized to achieve their goals.
Our students also learn by example. So if I am teaching my students how to be organized about their goals, I need to do the same. As an example, I can always write the agenda on the board before I start the class. And by doing this, I am not only making a better class, but I am showing my students how to break down a broader goal into smaller pieces. Number 3, create follow-up activities to check on the students' progress.
Something I would do as a teacher to help my students to reach their goals is to be able to sit down with them and to talk with them about the goals that they have chosen on the first day of the class. As Alexandra has mentioned earlier, goal is a word, is a big word, and it is a big word. So how can I help my student to be able to achieve their goals? For example, my student comes and tells me, "Oh, Ms. Moser, I want to find a job." It's a big goal, and it might be a long-term goal. So how can I help my students to put it in small steps? So I can ask my student, do you have a resume, or did you apply for a job? So these are the steps that I could help my student to understand the importance of small steps, and small steps lead to big goals. Number 4, follow up with your students at the end of the session.
On the last day of your session, please spend some time to talk to each of your students about the steps they agreed to achieve. If they did it, that's fantastic. Please talk to them about the next steps. But if they didn't achieve those goals, please ask them about why they think they didn't achieve them, and always be encouraging. We don't want our students to stop learning and give up. Number 5, report out on your students' achievements.
We would like to hear about your students' achievements, so it is very important that you report out what your students have achieved based on the steps that they have chosen at the beginning of the class and mid-session.
We have not only helped our students to identify their goals. Through the whole session, we have helped them learn enough English to achieve those goals. And by the end of the session, we have checked with them if they achieved them or if they didn't. So we have helped them through the whole process, and we are showing our students that we care about them achieving their goals.
Share. Okay, so this was the end of our video, and we hope that it is useful to help our students to set their goals. As I have said earlier, we have some documents that will be shared with you later next week, as Ellen said, but we would welcome any comments. I see that it says this video is on YouTube. Yes, we put it on YouTube. We put it, our boss actually posted it on YouTube. It's not that anyone else did it, it is our work, and we posted it on YouTube.
It's our channel, right?
Yes, it is our channel. We are with the Literacy Council. It's our work, and we put it on YouTube. Yeah. And we would welcome any questions, any comments. Okay, so the pink paper was that in the video we are talking about different goals, about our students' educational goals, economic goals, and everyday goals. We have a different form for each goal and squish goals. The pink really color doesn't matter anything. We felt like we wanted to help. We just wanted to have a, some goal sheets. I think we have another question about Alexandra's student.
So we have, yes, a student wants to find a job, and how do you help them with the small steps, having like other students? So basically, at the beginning of the session, we ask students about their goals, and the students will have similar goals. And then we are going to help students. Of course, we cannot work because of the session, the time, and how long the session is. We cannot help with each of the students like the goals, but what it is important is to cover most of the students' goals. So if I have a class who have like 20 students and I said, let's say 10 students talked about getting a job, of course I'm going to take into consideration that one, and I will help my students with those squish goals to help to reach that goal. That doesn't mean that I am not helping the other 10 students in my class, because maybe right now finding a job is not a priority, but by practicing these squish goals like writing a resume or interviewing skills, the students are also developing English language skills. So we will find a way to help and to support most of the students, but again, we cannot do it at like all of the students at the same time. So we will go for the majority.
Yeah, and also, helping students find a job. In our team, we do have a community resource manager or transitions coordinator. He goes to every class to meet with the students who would like to find a job or who would like to interview for a job, and then he meets with them one-on-one. I see that there is another question about if these forms are available. Yes, these forms are available. We will be sharing all of our forms, and you guys are more than welcome to use it. You can adjust it,
And we have another question. Do you have any recommendations on how students could share their resume with the class? So I will create like an activity, or like if I have taught students we have worked on how to write a resume, then it would be like having small groups and students sharing what they have added to the resume to receive like feedback from other students. And I will be like, as a teacher, I will be like checking on the students in like the sharing part to see like what information they are advising or what they are kind of like correcting to each other. But it is always important for students to participate and to share with each other what they have done, because when students share their ideas and their experiences, I truly believe that students are learning more.
I think we have another question that says, what resource, how to write a resume for different levels? I can say that, as I have said earlier, the community resource manager makes sure that he serves to all students from the beginner levels up to advanced with different workshop materials, and we would be more than happy to share all those materials as well. He has wonderful materials and some curriculum for each class. We will be happy to share them. We will be happy to share those materials with you guys. I think Caroline, yeah. We could do it via email, or I think Ellen was telling us that all our resources will be posted on the website, the virtual conference website.
Yes,
everything for you.
That's right, Ahu. So
yeah.
For everyone, the recordings of all of these sessions and the handouts and resources from the presenters will be uploaded to the website that you use to register for all of these sessions. Just give us a couple of days. We need to get the recordings and handouts from everyone, and those will be available soon.
And then if you guys would like to have more information, or maybe you guys have some other questions that you cannot get from the resources that we have provided, you guys are more than welcome to email us as well. Okay, so our email, I am going to type it in here. Very easy. This is my email, and then this is for Alexandra.
So I just added the link to the chat room where the recordings and resources will be made available. Any other questions for our presenters today?
I have entered my email address, but I think they cannot see it. I'm not sure, because Caroline says, what is your email? But I typed it up and it says don't see and can't see.
Can you make sure that you've selected all panelists and attendees?
Yes, we did. Can you see our email addresses, Ellen? Can you copy?
I can, yes.
If you don't mind.
So everyone else is saying that they can see it.
Okay, perfect.
So we can get it to you.
Okay, we appreciate all the questions and comments. Please let us know if we could be of any further help.
So basically what we wanted to achieve through this video, it is besides including technology in the classroom and through like with teachers sharing and using technology to offer professional development, it is to also focus on our students' goals. It is because our job as teachers is not just to teach the book and like to turn page by page. It is to really use the time in our classes to help our students to reach goals. Because it doesn't matter if a student complete a whole book, if we are not really helping a student to reach a goal, to make them successful, I mean, for them to be successful here in their new life in the United States. So through this video, what we wanted to do, it is to give, to share some ideas with teachers on how we can really support our students through those, I mean, in the process to reach the goals. But first of all, to identify them, which is like the most important part, to identify them.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. So I am including a feedback survey link in the chat room. That is a very short survey. We would love your feedback on our very first Virtual Training Institute. So please take a minute and fill that out. And thank you so much to our presenters today. Wonderful information about setting goals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of like Karen is asking like to recite the 5 steps again. So one of the documents being shared specify those 5 steps.
5 steps, yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.